The history of Rahi. Little is truly known about the origins of Rahi, where they first appeared, or why. It appears that the first Rahi may have been ancient sea creatures of tremendous size. Some of these specimens made their way to the ocean surrounding Metru Nui years ago. They were captured and placed in the archives for research purposes. Later, when the project was about to be cancelled, an Onomatoran named Marva smuggled the creatures out of the city. It was later learned that he had taken them to a tunnel network between Metru Nui and the island above, where they are living in relative peace. That tranquility would be shattered by the arrival of the Toametru, who were journeying by water to find a new home for the Matoran. Suspecting they were there to harm the creatures, Mavra ordered the Rahi to attack them. The Matoran realized his mistake in the end, but apparently perished when he was swept into the water during the battle. The fate of the creatures is unknown. The city of Metru Nui was never intended to accommodate large numbers of Rahi. Indeed, there were virtually no creatures present at its founding. Over time, however, more and more wild things began to make appearances there. It was later theorized that they were driven from their homeworlds by the Visorak, and fled by air, sea, and through long-abandoned chutes to Metru Nui. Their arrival posed a huge problem for the Matoran, who were unprepared for the sudden onslaught of fierce Rahi. They first responded by building Krali, and later Vaki, to protect the city and its inhabitants. Meanwhile, Unamatoran began construction of the archives as a place to hold captured Rahi. A procedure was soon in place. Rahi who were deemed a threat to the population, along with at least one specimen of every species, were captured by the Vaki. They were then placed in stasis tubes in the archives, which kept them alive but in suspended animation. There the Matoran were able to monitor the Rahi, and the archivists could study them. Any Rahi too large for the stasis tubes was locked up in the sublevels. It was not a perfect system. Some Rahi were known to escape from the tubes, while others made homes in the lowest levels or in the maintenance tunnels. It rapidly became too dangerous for even Vaki to go into some of those places, so they became wild areas. Not all Rahi were considered to be dangerous menaces, of course. Some, like mussel crabs, were tamed and put to use in Matoran society. Others were considered to be harmless, or at worst, pests. It seems that a balance had been struck between the Matoran and the wildlife in their city. It wouldn't last.